DJ Fairview, WMXF Waynesville, and iHeart radio station.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Rays shortstop Wander Franco is put on the restricted list today while MLB investigates social media posts regarding his relationship with a woman in the Dominican Republic. Franco is in the first year of an 11-year, $182 million contract extension. James Harden of the 76ers agreed to pick up his option for this season, believing the team would try to trade him. Those trade talks are now over. Harden says team president Daryl Morey is a liar and that he'll never play for a team that Morey is a part of. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski.
We have seen what James Harden looks like when he's in a situation where he doesn't want to be there. How he left Houston, how he got out of Brooklyn, but also this is a player about to turn 34 years old whose future, especially financially, is very unclear.
Adrian Wojnarowski. The Ravens activate running back J.K. Dobbins off the PUP list today. He missed the first 14 training camp practices with an undisclosed injury.
Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com. Easy.
In the heart of Beer City, USA, two men, one journey to create a sports show unlike any other. Unfiltered, raw, and honest. One of them played a soccer goalie opposite Ben Stiller. The other once scored 6 points on Steph Curry. These guys know their shit.
Let's go!
Tank Spencer, Jeremy Green, the Sportsocracy. Presented by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings.
Welcome into the Sportsocracy on this Monday afternoon. ESPN Asheville 92.9 FM, 880 AM and 1400. The Sportsocracy, heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app, seen everywhere in the Ingles studio on YouTube. Go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can join us in the chat. It is the first Monday after the first full week of preseason action in the NFL.
And that means it's a Overreaction Monday.
The overreactions have just been flowing in. The Jets are going to win the Super Bowl. The Carolina Panthers are, well, Bryce Young is going to be hurt by week 2. Derek Carr and the Saints, they're Super Bowl bound as well.
So that is today. It's 3 hours of overreactions.
And it's first week of the preseason. Like I try every year to send out the message of, hey, don't overreact to what you saw. But every year, we have the same old story. You get that one glimpse of whoever your guy is, and then you immediately want to go to, this season's in shambles, or we're going all the way immediately.
So Papa Green and I went to Charlotte.
Yep.
We sat right behind the Jets bench, and I can genuinely say I have never seen a more defeated fan base after one preseason game in my entire life.
Than the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Every person that I saw on the street in Charlotte was, we're going 3-14. Here we go again. Okay. This is almost like, you know, when you watch crime shows and they interview a witness and you go, there's shreds of truth in what you just said, but that math don't math. Let me tell you what I saw, Carolina Panther fans. All right, if you listen to this show, you at least respect my opinion enough to think that I am smart enough to tell you I can at least see what my eyes tell me I see. Bryce Young was phenomenal in the practices. Got to the game, and it was a little clunky. It looked like a team that was installing a new playbook, and maybe we're not exactly where we want to be right now. It also looked like a rookie quarterback with his first action in front of a stadium. It was not a fully packed stadium, but it was a stadium. And the New York Jets have a really good defensive line. That's what I saw.
But are the New York backups that good?
Yes.
To make the starting offensive line for the Carolina Panthers look as bad as they did.
Okay, and now let's be really honest. I've heard this same narrative. Oh, it was the Jets' backups. No, it was not Quinnen Williams, and it was not Carl Lawson. It was still Jermaine Johnson, who was a first-round pick 1 year ago. Mm-hmm. Bryce Huff, who I think every team in the NFL has called to ask, hey, what would it take to get that guy? And Will McDonald, who was your first-round pick this year. Mm-hmm. So, okay, it's not like it was 7 dudes that work at Home Depot Monday through Friday. It's a pretty talented team.
Yeah, but every Carolina Panther fan has to look at that and go, "Oh God, not again." We're going to do this. Will be the second number 1 draft pick quarterback we've had, and we're going to do this again, where we just don't have the offensive line. That's what Carolina Panthers fans are feeling in their heart of hearts today.
Aquanu and Moton would worry me a little bit. It would. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not trying to make you feel bad here. It would make me nervous that the second, third, and fourth defensive end for the Jets just ran through your tackles. That's something I think you can glean. And I saw it 2 different ways. Moton looked over his skis. It didn't matter who they put out there, just screaming through him. Aquanu looked like he wasn't really comfortable yet. This was almost like the beginning of the year last year, where you looked at him and went, man, the good's good, but the bad is you're young, and you just need to figure it out. That's why we have preseason games. So if I were a Panther fan, I would have seen a lot of things to be encouraged about. I saw more things in the practices to be encouraged about, and Matt Corral should not be on an NFL roster. Matt Corral would be the worst quarterback in the XFL. Period. That's, to me, it's not even debatable. He is. You should release him right now and just go, we screwed that one up, and away we go.
Okay. Was he the worst quarterback you saw this week?
Not even close.
Really? Worse than Jaron Hall?
Oh, okay. When you said worst quarterback I saw, I thought you meant in person.
No.
He was significantly worse than Tim Boyle. Does that tell you everything you need to know? And look, I like Tim. I think he's a super nice guy.
Right.
But athletically, you are the Tank Spencer of the NFL. Mm-hmm. Even when you do something with a little athleticism, it still looks clunky.
I give Ike Makwanu and the offensive line coaches credit for coming out after the game and saying, "Look, this is on us. We didn't do a good enough job." Throwing around a couple of expletives from did Ike Makwanu, and so they realize that it was a very crappy performance. 7 times Bryce Young dropped back to pass, and he got hit 4 times.
Yep,
not good at all. And I get you've got an injury with Austin Corbett.
You've also got a Jets team that's been in camp for over a week longer than you have. This is their second game, your first. Would it shock me if Carolina came out in a week and looked like the Jets looked this week? No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I saw plenty to look at Carolina and go, I think I'm in the ballpark with 7, 8, 9 wins. That's where you're at. If this really good coaching staff that you have assembled gets everything together maybe quicker than the average coaching staff would, you could win 9 games and threaten for the division. Mm-hmm. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. I'm not sure you're the second best team in this division. So I think you're asking a lot. So if you came into this thinking that this is a team that's going to win the division, then yeah, you probably walked away sad. Rookie quarterback, mm-hmm. First-year head coach, mm-hmm. New system on both sides. That's a lot of moving pieces for guys that came to camp, 3 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. Little, actually less than 3 weeks ago? You're just asking a lot. So here's what I gleaned from Carolina. Bryce Young is your guy. there is no doubt in my mind he is going to be, at the very minimum, I would say his floor is Derek Carr. And that's not me trying to throw shade at Derek Carr. That's me trying to tell you how good Bryce Young looked. Mm-hmm. And his ceiling is probably 6th, 7th best quarterback in the league. And you've got that guy for the foreseeable future. I would have no problem with that.
Yep. I mean, with all the questions about Bryce Young's size and whether or not he was going to be able to take hits at the next level.
He took them and bounced right back up every single time.
Who was it that laid a hell of a hit on him?
Bryce Huff killed him. Bryce Huff hit him directly in front of me, and I looked at Papa Green and went, we may have just watched Bryce Young get killed in his first NFL action. And then he just scooped himself off the grass.
He just bounced right back up, came out to the line, and didn't look rattled and still looked comfortable. By the way,
there's a positive to taking those hits.
Absolutely.
Because I got news for you. The 3 guys that hit him the earliest, I think it was the 3 that hit him, period, they're all going to play high-level snaps in the NFL. That's what Bryce Young is coming up against. And how many times do you have to hear a quarterback say, I need that first hit? I need to get hit that first time at full speed. Bryce Young did. Mm-hmm. That's advantageous for him. He will be better next week. He will be better the week after that, and he will be in a better shape going into week 1 than he would have been had none of these things happened.
Maybe so.
I don't think that's a maybe. I think that's a definitive.
It all depends on the offensive line. You have to be able to protect him. You already have concerns of whether or not he's going to be able to hold up. Okay, he made it through spring training game or the preseason game 1. Awesome.
Well,
how many times can he go through that in the preseason or in the season?
Well, you know what I'm going to say. Who do you have behind him? Who's the running back? Was it Miles Sanders?
Was it Black Shoe?
No, it was Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard, who, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's nice to old people and probably was a Boy Scout at some time, but he couldn't block a wet box of Kleenexes, and he missed 2 of those. That's not something you have to worry about in regular season. The Jets also knew that and were teeing off. It was very obvious to me Robert Saleh was looking at this as this is our second preseason game. Mm-hmm. That 4th one that only us and the Browns have to play, you're going to get a bunch of dudes that'll be selling car insurance. So you just gotta you gotta be in the right frame of mind when you look at these things.
Carolina Panther fans, many of them ready to jump off a bridge.
Several of them were at a bar with me. I certainly didn't pull them off the bridge.
I was going to say, how did that go?
Oh, well, the next morning, I'm pretty sure we had a lovely breakfast in the hotel of our hotel, and all of the ones that were around me except me were really leaning on the proteins, the sausage, the bacon. I'm sitting here like it's a regular Tuesday, and it looks like Jonestown the morning after around me. Just
Your father, chief among them.
No, Dad was a trooper. Look, my father is 66 years old. We were staying 0.8 of a mile away from the stadium. We walked each way. We had enough double Quattro beers to take down the average. So, I mean, look, I got to give him all the credit in the world. Now, Long Island iced tea, that might not have been the greatest call, but he enjoyed it. So, and he drove home the next morning. So let's go.
There's a lot of criticism.
I mean, look, if we were grading out preseason, Jets were an A-.
Okay.
It didn't push it down the field very much. Jets were an A-. Panthers were I'd say probably a C-. Jeremy was his very solid B-. And I would say Papa Green represented himself, and he was a solid B+. Let's go. That's winner of preseason. Let's go, Papa Green.
Good for you, Papa Green. Yeah, there's a lot of...
I got news for you. There's a lot of you that listen to this show that could not have withstood what he did and that lived to tell the tale.
There are way more. There are way more analogies and comparisons on Panthers Twitter right now between Frank Reich and Matt Rule than you would want to see. Like after just one preseason game, this is how unstable the fan base is. So my question is that why y'all didn't show up to the game?
I was dumbfounded, to be frank, that I mean, I figured with Bryce Young, I thought the stadium would be packed. There were a ton of Jets fans. Oh, yeah, one more grade. The woman sitting beside me, F-. You're the worst. You are top 5 worst person I've ever met in my life.
What did she do?
Just really rude. And don't be rude in a stadium. And look, Tank will verify this. I'm biased because I don't sit in regular seats in a stadium. We did this because it's what Dad wanted. I was totally fine with it. I had a great time. We had a lovely group sitting beside us. It had somewhere between 600 and 600 people in it. It seemed like every time I turned my head, there were 2 more people. But the others sitting beside me just really seemed to hate life and me. They really hated me, and I didn't do anything to mitigate that. So, look. You get snarky with a comedian, you get what you get. All right? And you should look at a grown man with a mullet and go, that's probably not the one. That's probably not the one. That dude looks like he's got a joke book in his back pocket, so maybe I shouldn't.
Tends to be a lot of that. Where, get a, I want to say, assertive woman who might, from time to time, cash checks that your butt can't.
Oh, yeah. The husband.
Write checks that your butt can't cash.
The husband wanted to hit me with a baseball bat. I have no doubt. If he could have punched me in self-preservation, he looked at his life and went, she really wants me to just knock his brains out. And I have the desire, but not the ability.
All right. Adam Black calling for the bell ring for Kevin Vick, who said it was 196 degrees and it was the preseason. That's why Carolina Panther fans did not show up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your complaints. I was sitting down on the field, which was radiating heat. Plastic seats, which are radiating heat. And I was there 84 minutes before kickoff.
Right.
And I weigh 4,000 pounds and have 18 pounds of hair on my head.
You told me that there weren't a lot of Carolina Panther fans.
You also remember I was sitting in a Jets section, right? So I was super. My take is a little biased.
But just your look around the stadium, not as many Carolina Panther jerseys as you would want to see. In fact, Jeremy, I think you said that there were more Chiefs jerseys in your section than there were Carolina Panthers, which y'all were behind the Jets bench. I get that. But, I mean, I can't blame you for not going because I don't care. I mean, I get Bryce Young's first NFL snaps, but is it really? Do we look back on these and go, that really counts? No.
But I thought there would be some pomp and circumstance there for that. This is the number 1 pick in the draft. Guy you basically put in you put your franchise in the trust of. So, look, here would be my argument. And some of you are not going to like this, and that's fine. If you're upset about the lackluster effort that the Carolina Panthers gave in that preseason game, they probably feel the same way about you. So, facts don't care about your feelings. And we'll lather up and do it week 1.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. We'll talk about it is Overreaction Monday, so let's overreact, or we'll let Jeremy overreact to the New York Jets and their 27-0 victory at Bank of America Stadium on Saturday.
Attention, it's time for the morning announcements. Make sure your parents are aware of the Ingalls Tools for Schools program and ask them to link their Ingalls Advantage card to our school. Remember, you have to do it each year. Now please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Running a small business is no small task. At Home Trust Bank, we work hard to prepare businesses for whatever tomorrow may bring. Your dreams are our business, and we have local experts who can help you plan for a successful future. Dependable guidance you need, and service you'll appreciate. At Home Trust Bank, we take your small business banking personally. Visit your local Home Trust branch or anytime at htb.com. Member FDIC.
Sheba presents What Cats Want. Cats want Sheba Perfect Portions, Cuts, and Gravy. 2 convenient servings of roasted chicken covered in savory gravy. Know what else cats want? The red dot from your laser pointer. On the wall, on the ceiling, on the couch, on the floor, on the vase. Buy Sheba Perfect Portions, Cuts, and Gravy. 0 mess, 0 leftovers. Snap, peel, serve. Sheba, what cats want.
Every day you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dan, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had trouble with my sinuses for decades. I always thought something like this was a gimmick, but one use and I'm hooked. I should have bought this a long time ago. The results are immediate and incredible. Unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
And now a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
Well, today you can expect lots of cloud cover with 0% chance of raining on your parade because you'll be riding your motorcycle vroom vroom. That rumbling low-pressure system beneath you should give way to a relaxing commute and the sudden urge to take the scenic route everywhere you go because, dagnabbit, you're having fun out there. That's your forecast. Back to you.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get a quote today and see what you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Sportsocracy.
These guys are a f***ing disgrace.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. It is an overreaction Monday after week 1 of the preseason. 27-0. New York Jets putting a hurting on the Carolina Panthers. And
No, you said it wrong.
what? Oh, gosh.
Your 2023 Super Bowl champion, New York Jets, Jets. Do it right.
The Jets playing with without many starters in this game. No Aaron Rodgers. Once again, did that hurt your feelings?
No.
'Cause you didn't get to see